I'm going to say all the quiet parts out loud. That's usually what we say when we say something we don't mean to because it's embarrassing or we're becoming more vulnerable, or when a politician says something that's actually the truth but they don't want you to know that. That's when they say the quiet parts out loud, but I'm going to say all of it because this is intentional. We have seen that our world is a little crazy and we're all wondering what's going on and why are people so angry and why is there so much division happening? Why are there wars? Why are all of that? Well, we're going through an evolutionary change. That's what's happening. And it was strange for me to talk about it, and that was the quiet part that I didn't want y'all to know. But now I've got to change that because I can see what's happening and I have something that could help move things along. See, we all come to the world with something to offer. Our lives will tell us what that is because we've lived it. And we're each meant to ascertain some value, something from that, some wisdom so that we can give it back to others. That's how the world evolves. But when we're not willing to look at it or talk about it or own who we are, then we have a problem in our world. And that's what we're seeing right now. Now, this change in our world, none of us have experienced, but it has happened before. I mean, things like this. But this is challenging because we're bringing up all of our old stuff. We're bringing up all of our beliefs, ideologies, our racial and gender biases. All of those things are here and they're right in front of us. And we got to decide, what are we going to do with that? Because we will either work through them within ourselves and then put a different kind of light and love and energy into the world and cause something to be better, or we're going to stay stuck in our own thing, our own anger, our own divisions, and add that to the world. Those are the only choices that we have. And if you think about, I've used this before, when we only have two choices, love or fear. The fear means that we're going to hate everything. We're going to hate ourselves. We're going to have a lot of judgment. We're going to hate other people. Or we're going to choose love, meaning that we're going to love ourselves. And we only do that when we decide to work through our own restriction, because we all have them. We're born with them. We come into the world with them. But until we become willing to move through them, we don't change anything in our lives, and we don't add that change to our world. That's why this is all happening. And even the war that we are experiencing, that's in Russia and Ukraine, is a result of these old energies that we all have, because it's in our DNA. We all have different DNAs, but it's all connected to source, to God, however you think about it. And so what I have, and the only thing I care about, is the individual, you, becoming to own who you are, knowing how important you are, becoming willing to work through all of your stuff. I had to do it. That's the work that I do. I had to address my biases. I had to address my feelings of insecurity, my feelings of not being enough, which is total crap because everybody is enough. We just have to figure that out. And it's a cognitive process that takes time for us to move through. But I have this wonderful thing, this wonderful plan that helps anyone do that. And I'm saying anyone. You only fail because you don't try. You only have a miserable life because you're not willing to become who you are. That's all. And I can say that, see, because I spent so many years denying what I had, denying who I was. I will never let people do that because I know the value that every person has. You may think that you had all these mistakes or something was, you weren't born with everything like somebody else. That's never true. That's a human perception that we put on things because we don't understand creation. We don't understand the universe. We don't understand God. We don't understand that the changes that we're moving through could be for the better if we decide to see it that way, because everything that we do is in our thinking. Everything that we experience happens because of the way, the manner in which we choose to perceive things. But the beauty is we can change that. And I can say that because I've done it. If anyone could move through all the crap that I've had to go through in my life and come out being me now at 72 next week, yeah, that's what happens. And so when more people are able to ascertain the gifts that they have, because I see everybody with gifts. I need you to understand that. I don't see anyone who doesn't have that. All I see is time that it takes for you to believe that and accept it. And it also doesn't matter what you've accomplished already, because you can feel it. You could be so successful in your life, have all this money, but you think there's something else I haven't done yet. Yeah, that's there, and I can guide you to that as well. It doesn't matter where you are. And if we all come to understand this, or more of us come to understand this, we're going to have a very different world than what we're seeing right now. But I will say that we're going to have to go through the destruction first. We're going to have to go through the breaking down of what is old. And what is old is within you, and that's what is being reflected in our world, and we want something new. So it comes down to you being willing to become your best self, and I have the path to take you there. And I know that it works, and I'm going to leave this with those people who want to transform their lives, become really happy and successful, because I know that's going to make a difference in our world. And if you don't believe that you have something to offer the world, then that's why your life is looking the way it does. I know that you do, and I'm thrilled that I have something to offer to those who are willing to find it and willing to help change our world by becoming happy and successful yourself. That's all.